My favorite show, Insecure.
Have you been saying that to everybody?
No.
You promise?
I promise.
All right. I'm gonna find out if this your favorite show.
How you gonna? I just. Hey everybody, it's your girl Marita for EU Raw Web. We are here at the Paley Center for Media. They run the show African American creators and producers in the television industry. We're going to be talking to some of the gatekeepers of your favorite shows, such as Dear White People, Luke Cage, Insecure. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that Insecure would start a movement, a black culture movement? Like, how did you?
No, literally not at all. Like, I read the script, but I think it's a testament to when something just rings true. You know, when I signed on to do the pilot with Issa, I just believed in the show. I just believed, like, this is a voice that I want to do. I remember I told my wife, and I was like, look, we about to walk away from this money over here on this other show to go do this thing. But I just believed in my spirit it was the right move regardless.
Are you a naturally funny person? Like, are you like the class clown back in the day?
I would say my shade is real. I wrote in my Twitter thing that shade is my love language because it's true. Like, I'm from Houston. I grew up, in a Catholic family. Like, I know how to say something without saying something. Do you know what I'm saying?
People are always like giving you projects. How do you discern yourself from like what's right for you and what's not?
I think, it's so funny. You can get in this business and people will tell you like, hey, this job is a no-brainer. It's a slam dunk. It's got all these stars and directors. But at the end of the day, if like the project doesn't ring true to you and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to say, then it's like, yeah, it can have all those pieces, but it's kind of like, it doesn't mean it's right.
I feel like Hollywood is starting to get it, that diversity is working. It is making the money. It is producing the ratings. Talk to me about why it's so important.
I think it's important because the world is diverse. If we don't tell the stories that represent everyone, we're only telling a faction of them. You see all of these creators now showing the networks and the studios that we can make money. Hollywood sometimes is very progressive and sometimes they're very slow. And I think when it comes to diversity, they're waking up, they're slowly being shamed into shaking the beast and realizing that it is not okay anymore in 2018 to have all white everything. We have to be better than this.
How do you feel like your show kind of opened the conversation for African Americans and white people to talk about the issues that we face every day, but we may just be blind to it?
I think because you laugh, it gives you permission to laugh at yourself, and it makes you just feel a little bit more comfortable being in the room and talking about these things because nobody's throwing any punches with the show. They're all like soft punches, They're really just questions.
So why is it so important for people to follow their passions? I know some people, maybe 20 years in a different career and want to switch gears. Why is it so important for them to follow their passion?
Well, because following they talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and for many years it didn't apply to us, but now that it does, there's something behind that. There's something behind being able to express yourself and having the opportunity to do show with storytelling. If you want to tell stories, if you want to work with actors, there's no better medium right now to do that than television.
So for anybody that's an inspiring television writer, producer, actress, what's the best way to get your attention and that may not have a million followers or they may not have all that type of connections to get to you? What's the best way to get your attention or people's attention if they want to work in TV?
You're not going to like this answer. Nobody likes my answer. My answer is to get a job in television. The best way is to start getting somebody's coffee. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. If you're an aspiring writer and you wrote a great pilot, I'm not going to read your pilot. I'm not interested in your pilot because I'm not interested in whether or not you can write your characters. I want to know, can you write my characters? Can you do the job you'd be hired for on Power, which is to write Power? So I want to know, can you write someone else's show? I'm much more likely to read your Good Wife or your Walking Dead spec or something like that because I want to know, can you imitate the voice of someone else? That's what's really interesting to me because that's the skill I'd be hiring you for. I think a lot of times people think there's such a thing as overnight success. Like if they meet someone, then that's the way that it goes. But the truth is, it's not.